Hey, so this is a follow-up video to the video I made yesterday entitled A Journey in Pipe Making, or a Pipe Making Journey. I actually can't even remember my own video. Part 1, this being part 2 the next day, second day or third day I guess, that I've kind of worked on this pipe. As outlined in the first video, 2 days ago, so Friday, and and yesterday. Friday was mostly spent drawing out the design, applying it to the wood, and just kind of getting an idea of what I was going to do the next day. Saturday, yesterday, what I actually did was kind of spent most of the day cutting out the blocks that I didn't need, and I actually started at it with a carver's knife. I don't have it on me right now, but you can see it in the last video. Um, because of my lack of tools, this is the first pipe I've ever done. I didn't actually have access to kind of a belt sander or a circular sander or a lathe as I would have liked. So I was basically reduced to doing it by hand with about a 3 and 3/4 inch carving knife. So that was kind of an experience. Cut myself 2 or 3 times yesterday with it, and twice more today. But today was spent mostly kind of finishing off the shape with the knife, and then going at it with sandpaper and a rotary tool to kind of finish it off. So as you can see or notice in the last video, I was looking pretty square. I at least had the idea of where the stem was going to be, and I had a general body shape. And today, my work is kind of done, but this is what I have. And I almost dropped it. I have the stem fixed, so I did get the kind of the shank, or this part of the pipe, done. I widened the bowl a bit. I don't know if anyone would notice. The bowl did get a bit wider. I also cut about 1/2 inch off of the total block of wood, just sawed it right off because I realized that it was going to be way too tall for a practical pipe. You couldn't even reach the tobacco in it with a lighter. So after I finished kind of carving it out, I just went at it with a rotary tool for a few hours, and actually got the main body shape down and started to round everything out. The mortise hole and smoke hole was definitely the hardest part of this. I had to obviously try and align the smoke hole with the tobacco hole, which wasn't too hard. But then drilling a mortise hole to fit the end part of the stem was kind of a challenge. I ended up using a kind of a squared off drill bit. I forget the name now, but it has a point, not a Forstner. But anyway, what it ended up doing was widening my smoke hole a bit, and I suspect it rounded it out as well. So I suspect it actually gave me what I just realized was non-airtightness. I don't know if you can hear that, but it's not airtight, so that's something I have to work on tomorrow. As well, I'm mostly just kind of like rounding out parts that aren't round, and getting everything in order. I also have all the work to do on the stem to get it to gloss, and obviously I still have to stain it and sand it and that sort of thing. But for 1 day's work, or 2 days work I should say, I think it came out all right. Feel free to ask me any questions. Again, this is my first attempt at this sort of thing ever. I lack tools and general knowledge, so I'm kind of going at it as it comes up and as I can. But I'll definitely be keeping people updated, or keeping this channel updated with progress.